but eventually it will subside. And something else will take its place. If I quit, however, it will last forever.
Johnson pressure. James Bradbury, they're going to say he grabs him. He's got his left.
There we go. So we live. Yeah, I didn't even see it pop up though.
Yeah, hold on. What's good? What's good? What's good, man? It's another one. It's another one. Week 2, Vikings, Eagles. You know, I got my boy Skol State of the Mind here. How you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. I'm good, man. You know, just trying to recover from that loss with Tampa Bay. You know,
I know it hurt, man. I know it hurt, shit. But I feel your pain, man. Even though I took a W, it felt like an L a little bit. You know, we got a few injuries coming into this game. You know, I really didn't want to see that.
Yeah.
And we didn't look too good. So we're gonna talk about a few things, man. But you know, I know coming off the loss, you know, it's a little hectic. But what you think your team need to do to bounce back this week, man?
I think it starts with coaching, man. Like off top, like I feel like coaching got to get a whole lot better. Like offense can't disappear certain types of the game, like too many 3 and outs. You know, we got to play complementary football going forward.
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, me to get better, man, I just want to see my offensive line, you know, give my quarterback a little bit more time in the pocket. It was a few times where I kind of looked at the tape. You know, I've been watching a little tape today of me and you, and you know, I seen a lot of the our inside was good. You know, the interior O-line was doing a little bit better than the exterior, which was surprising for me. My tackles had a lot of problems. They gave up 10 pressures, you know, against you know, Bill Belichick and his people. What's up, people? What's up, people? And you know, I was a little bit upset with the issue because Lane Johnson is decorated, and he's one of those guys where you expect him to hold up his end of the bargain. And I don't know if it was from us having a new guy next to him, but it did look a little shaky, man. He was getting beat outside, and I know your defensive line ain't their defensive line, but
yeah,
it's still the fact that if you can figure it out, if they can figure it out, you can figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you gotta think though, y'all played against Belichick last week, and we got Flores, which is our D coordinator now. They come from the same tree. So you know, they're going to probably having a little conversation, you know, text messages here and there, comparing notes because, I mean, he came from the Patriots. So we're going to see what happened, though.
See, comparing notes, though, could get you burnt. Listen, me personally, like, you know, I can't, I'm not in the locker room, but I hope that they look at the same way I look at it. The blueprint was painted for what we tried to do on Sunday. Don't go back to that.
Yeah.
You know, everybody watching that film, everybody in the league right now is tuning into that film, pretty much looking at it as we gonna do the same thing Bill did and see if we can get a dub.
Yeah, but everybody ain't Bill though. You know,
yeah,
like that's the thing.
Everybody
ain't Bill though. I mean,
it's hard to mimic though.
But at the end of the day, like how much tape can you really look at like all teams on the first week of the season? Like a lot of teams struggle on both sides of the ball because, you know, preseason, you know, however you want to say it, like teams don't really play their starters no more, you know, especially like when you talk about the trenches, like offensive line, defensive line, like they don't really play. So this is kind of actually like their first action, you know, to actually really hit somebody else. I mean, you got joint practices, but joint practices, it's kind of watered down.
It's still
light duty, you know?
Still light. I mean, you know, last year we played, you know, we were able to hold Justin Jefferson to under 50 yards.
Yeah.
You think he circled us on the list this year?
Hey, he circled. I hope he did. I hope he did. I mean, at the end of the day, Justin Jefferson should treat it like how Randy Moss, you know, treat the Dallas Cowboys when he hit the Minnesota Vikings because y'all passed on him. Y'all took Jalen Reagor the pick before him. So he should treat it like y'all didn't want me. So I'm about to light y'all asses up. But y'all defense is a whole lot better. So it's gonna be kind of hard. And that goes back to what I was saying before about like play calling. Like Justin Jefferson can get off, but you gotta be able to adapt to what y'all gonna do. It's like a boxing match. Like we throw something, y'all change it up. Like I don't know if Kevin O'Connell can adapt, in game or halftime or whatever.
I think we circled this game after last week. Said we gotta do better. It's Thursday. It's a short week. I was asking a few people in my circle just in the mindset. Do you think it's possible both our teams could have watered down week one's playbook in order to kind of preserve knowing you got 2 games in a matter of 4 or 5 days?
Maybe, but you still want to get that dub anywhere it go. Y'all, got one out. We didn't. We shot ourselves in the foot. So if you really think about it from the Viking point of view, it's a possibility the Vikings might start 0-2, or better yet than that, like 1-5 in the first 6 games. So we didn't take care of business on Sunday, and now we're looking at like it's hard to say like it's a must win on Thursday, but it really is.
It's a long season though, man. A must win in week 2. I mean, it's hard to say that, especially when you come to play the Eagles. Like our home opener.
I look at the schedule right now. Let me look at it real quick. I think we got the Chargers, then we got the Chiefs, Carolina. So
we got Carolina a dub.
Yeah, maybe we said Tampa Bay was a dub. And look what happened.
You shouldn't have did that though. Tampa Bay got a little defense, man. They got a little defense, man. If they ain't got nothing else, they got defense.
Right.
Mayfield don't sell me on nothing. We got them next week after y'all. We follow up y'all with Tampa. So
okay. We
could come out of this deal 3-0, man. That's what I'm hoping.
I could. And we could be, 0-2. 0-3, man. What's the sad part? We got too many weapons on offense for that to be happening,
Yeah, I mean, it come down to last week for me when I was watching y'all game. It looked like the middle of the offensive line was the issue.
Yeah, I mean, it is, but we brought back all 5 starters from last year. So that means, coaching staff, front office like what they saw and they were trying to build on something. So I'm not like one of those Viking fans that's basically like, oh my God, we got to sign this guy, we got to sign that guy. And it's just like, so you're going to bring somebody else in that's going to probably have the same problems, or if not even worse. You get what I'm saying? So it's kind of like I blame it a lot on coaching, because if like the middle of your O-line is soft, then you got to call certain plays, quick game or whatever, to kind of give them, some rhythm, run the ball so they can go at people instead of waiting for somebody to come at them. And that's just why I go back to it. Like, you call in these long developing plays down the field, you're going to get Kirk killed.
I mean, maybe bootlegging will help you out. I mean, I don't know what our speed of bootlegging gonna help you get outside. Because playing with Nolan Smith and Hassan Reddick and Josh Sweat on that edge.
Yeah,
you go to bootleg and he miss a block. That could be night for Kurt. But no, when I was looking at it, I just seen that Vita Vea was getting a lot of pressure.
Yeah,
saying? He was flushing Kurt a lot of times, and I'm like, Vita Vea is not a pass rusher.
No, but you gotta understand though too that like our starting center went to the sideline in the first quarter, so we had a backup in there too. So that's another thing.
Is he gonna be playing Thursday?
Yeah, he gonna be playing Thursday.
So the backup or the starter?
The backup gonna be playing Thursday.
That's ugly with Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, and Fletch, man.
It is, man. That's why I'm saying like I'm like I ain't gonna get on here and be like, yeah, we got this. Justin Jefferson about to go for 200 yards. Like I'm realistic. Like I look at it like
he might he might go for 200 and no touchdown. We might give him all that.
Hey, I'm not trying to see him go for 200 in a loss though. Like we got to get this win. Like it's a must win in week 2, which is sad.
I mean, every game is a must win, man. You want to go 1-0 every week. You know what I'm saying?
Real.
But for me, I really want to see Dallas Goedert get involved. We got, like I was telling you, we got some injuries, so we might be down a corner. So Josh Jobe probably is going to be assigned to Addison. And I'm going to see what he has. I'm not going to give any type of blatant craziness, but I can see y'all attacking him early. Knowing he's in the game, knowing he's a rookie, first time starting.
Right.
I can see a lot of that motion movement where you sending Jettas to the other side, kind of crowding them out, making them make early decisions to,
Right.
hopefully he pick up the wrong guy, big plays. I could see that because that's the type of offense y'all run.
Yeah, yeah. But you got to keep it consistent, though. Like you got to keep it consistent. Like I know the passing game, on our end, it is what it is. I really want to see the running game, but I know it's kind of hard because y'all D line, is stout. So we just got to figure it out. We just got to figure it out.
I think you're gonna have to pass 50 times, D. I mean, look, you gotta think they got a two-headed monster in New England, and we didn't give up more than 3 yards a carry.
Yeah, true.
I mean, so I don't think your guy. Oh, you got two guys, don't you? You got a younger guy too, right?
Yeah, we got we got Madison, who's basically
I know Madison,
basically getting his first time to be that guy, and then we got a second-year guy in Ty Chandler.
Ty Chandler, that's him.
Hey, Dalvin not there, so
yeah, Dalvin got a dub last night.
Yeah, man.
All in all, I mean, I didn't care, but
yeah, Breece Hall went off though last night.
He had 170 yards rushing or something like that.
Yeah, he healthy. He picked off where he left off before he got hurt. So
I got to see him somewhere down this road. We gonna shut that down too, man. We gonna show y'all how to stop that, man. Nah, like I've been telling people all summer, my biggest factor for this defense was Jordan Davis, and if he looked anything like he looked on Sunday, every week moving forward, we good. Like,
okay,
he was able to penetrate. He was stopping the run. He was getting a little pressure. He's not the fastest guy, so one good swift move by him, he got to make up a lot of steps. So
right,
he was able to flush. He was able to flush him out of the pocket, and that's what I was looking for. Jalen Carter. He's Jalen Carter. I thought he was the best defender in the draft, and all the teams in front of us were dumb for letting him fall.
It be like that sometimes, Hey, but y'all gotta deal with Danielle Hunter, and Danielle Hunter in this Flores defense, he ain't gonna be dropping back in no kind of coverage. He coming every down.
I mean, we gonna play him well, and then we got Jalen. So Jalen not gonna just get sacked.
Nah.
Judon and Keon White last week were coming open as fast as you could think about, and that's what I do like about Jalen. He will flush, and what I like about his evolution is he's now not forcing those deep passes. He's taking the out of bounds. Let me go to the next down instead of forcing the interception. I'm happy to see that, man, because it's usually not like that.
Yeah.
The one thing y'all have a knock on is Kirk Cousins, man. It's Thursday night.
That ain't real.
Those nights. It is real.
That ain't real. That ain't real.
His stats is bad at night games, but
primetime games. Kirk Cousins show up and he don't do nothing. But I think he's straight. He's straight. I'm not a Kirk Cousins apologist, but at the end of the day, like that is my quarterback. So I gotta roll with him. The good and the bad.
I mean, do you want to work out a deal with him at this point and sign him back, or?
I mean, it depends. It depends. Like as of right now, week 2, I really want JJ's contract to be done, and then we can kind of figure out what's going to happen with Kirk or drafting another quarterback or whatever. So I really don't think we should be trying to negotiate anything with Kirk Cousins as of right now. Like the whole focus should be getting JJ under contract for the next couple of years. So, but it is hard too because we're going to be throwing him the ball the next couple of years.
Right. So y'all don't have TJ no more, right?
Yeah, we got TJ Hawkinson. We re-signed him.
Oh yeah, y'all do got TJ.
Yeah,
TJ and Oliver. Y'all got Oliver. That's the other guy.
Oliver. The one.
You think you'll come out a lot of 12 personnel to try to alleviate some of that pressure inside?
I mean, you can try, but it just comes to the point. It's like, how many guys are you actually going to, put out there, with some routes? So, like, they tried it against Tampa Bay, and it really didn't work because there was still a lot of free blitzers coming from safeties or linebackers or even a couple of corners, So it's kind of like Oliver can't really move all the way to the inside to actually get that help. So you gotta really game.
You gotta use that motion too.
You gotta
use some of that motion.
You gotta do something, or you gotta, lead a fullback in or something like that. I think like the knock that I'm having, now on Madison. Yeah, we got a fullback on the roster.
I don't think we got one on our roster, bro.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna even lie.
how many teams still run with a fullback?
I don't know. That's what I'm gonna say.
Right?
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I seen New England use Zeke.
Yeah.
I mean, that's about the closest I've seen like lately.
Yeah, we got a legit fullback.
San Fran.
Yeah.
You
check. Yeah. You know, we have him in there for pass protection. So,
I mean, my cousin was a fullback for a long time in the league for the Carolina Panthers.
mm-hmm.
Mike Talbot.
Okay.
So, I mean, I'm familiar with them, but I looked at my roster and I didn't see one. So I was like,
y'all probably got like 4 tight ends on the roster then.
Three.
Yeah, we run with 4 right now for some reason.
3. Our 4th one just got on the team, so I'm thinking he's not on the roster due to knowledge, possibly.
Practice squad guy right now.
Right now, we got Albert. I don't know his last name. 25-year-old tight end. He came out of Denver.
Yeah,
played for Denver last year. So I really want to see him on the field because they say he got the potential of being like a Travis Kelce type. You know, where he's not the greatest blocker, but he'll be able to get open and get some of those yak yards.
Pass catching
so
tight end. Yeah. I mean, we got the weapons. We just got to use them the correct way.
Yeah.
This is what it is.
I mean, I know you was disappointed in your performance last week, though. I mean, I know you was, but at the same time, what did you take out of the game that was actually good, though? I heard the negative.
Corners. I feel like the Brian Flores defense, him coming in here, you know, changing the defensive culture right now. You know, we still got young corners that's actually developing in that big nickel 3 safety situation. I'm liking that a lot. So like the DBs, you know, and Danielle Hunter, like they played good. I can say like the defense in a whole did its job, but you know, complimentary football, they stay on the field too long, so they got gassed. That's the best part. And you know, as a Viking fan, we got kicking woes, so our kicker didn't miss no kicks, so that's always a good thing.
Yeah, y'all were number 1 in blitz efficiency. Last week. So y'all called it up. Y'all dialed it up.
I mean, it was working for a quarter. I mean, for a half.
Would you advise them not to do that this week?
That's hard because it's like you can try to get pressure, you know, but your guy can roll out, make plays with his feet, you know, be patient, you know, find AJ, you know, down the field or whatever. And then we got young corners. So this is actually going to be a true test for them. I mean, we signed Brian Murphy in the offseason from the Cardinals, but he's like an outside, inside guy. So we really need to see, like, with a receiver of your guys' caliber, I mean, it's going to be a big test. It's going to be a big test. And you really feel like you can't blitz that much because you're going to leave these guys on one-on-one coverage, and it could be deadly. You know, it could be deadly.
Because I mean, I know you said the defense looked good, but it also was Baker Mayfield.
It was Baker Mayfield.
And the Tampa Bay Bucks. They don't have much options at
exactly.
the dynamic role. I mean, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and then that's about it. Yeah, that's about it. So I mean, it's a little different when you come to us. You know, we got a like I see bro talking about Swift. Like we got a monster that only had 1 catch last week, one carry, 1 catch. 2 targets. So at this point, like we trying to see how dynamic the offense could be. And this could be a bad week for a Vikings fan. You know what I'm saying? I hate to say it, you know, but for real, I think, you know, just the way my coach is, Nick Sirianni, he's a very vocal guy. He's not going to allow Brian Johnson to come back out here and perform like he did again last week. You know, he's going to make him bring in some of those dynamic plays to get people rolling. Like I was saying on my podcast on Monday, you know, I want to see some of those easy check downs, you know, especially when you with a team like the Vikings where they're going to bring pressure. I need some of those hot routes where you can get a guy in the flats one-on-one with a linebacker. And if he miss, it could be a house call. Like those are the type of situations I want to see Brian Johnson put Jalen Hurts in. Not all that. I want to see you run the ball. You know, I know that's a part of his game. But at the same time, you can call plays to alleviate having to do it so much.
Yeah, but we got undersized linebackers that look like small safeties. which is actually like a good thing and a bad thing, probably a gift and a curse in that. Like, I don't necessarily like undersized linebackers because they can't thump. And basically, like, when you get guards or whoever reaching the second level, even tight ends or some receivers, they just completely get washed out the run game. So, but their coverage skills is good. So it's going to kind of depend, but then we do run 3 safeties majority of the time. So it will be 3 safeties on the field majority of the time. So we should be able to match up. Hopefully.
It's going to be hard, though. It's going to be a lot of – that's what I'm saying. It's going to be so much. That's what I'm – see, exactly what you talk about is exactly what I feel like people can't do. There's no way to guard 6 options on the field.
It's hard. It's hard. Yeah.
But then you have to also equivalent for the running ability of the quarterback. So when you lock on to all them and you locked in and going that way, somebody ain't accounting for it. It's usually Jalen Hurts. You know what I'm saying? But those are the type of things I want to see. You know, where it's wide open lanes, where he's not just running down the middle on a draw. You know what I'm saying? Where he not. But you know, it's gonna be difficult because you also, like I said, our edge of the line last week, our tackles did not look as I suspected. You know what I'm saying? They looked so good last year, you know. But you gotta expect hiccups. None of them had snaps. That was our first game, pretty much our 4th preseason game.
Right. That's exactly what it is now. That's exactly what the first week is the 4th preseason game.
So, you know, you gotta see what's gonna happen. So Reed Blankenship, like I told you, he gonna be out. I'm waiting to see if Kenny Gainwell is playing. I think Reed Blankenship playing, and I think Fletcher Cox. That was the only 4 on my list today.
What about Bradbury?
That's what I said. Bradbury might not play. He in concussion protocol. I don't think you get out of concussion protocol by Thursday.
Nah, you can't.
But I'm okay with Josh Jobe. You know, he's been here this is his 2nd year here. You know what I'm saying? He's been there. So for them to elevate him, it had to be something they showed. And he saved my skin last week. So I'm gonna give him the opportunity to, you know, kind of alleviate, you know, the rookie woes and stuff. You know, it's gonna happen. With your offensive coordinator, I know he gonna dial up a few opportunities to try to take advantage of, you know, a young corner in the game.
Yeah.
Just hopefully Desai doesn't leave him out there by himself.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know. I don't know if Kenny playing. Quez. I don't know if he playing.
Okay.
He was out today. He did not practice. But Fletcher Cox did practice. Reed Blankenship did not practice, or James Bradbury. Kenny Gainwell, James Bradbury, Reed Blankenship did not practice. But I think Reed gonna be all right. But we so deep in the running back room, I wouldn't see them risking Kenny Gainwell for 1 week.
Hey, see, because y'all got a true running back by committee. That's how it was advertised for us to be this year. You know, considering Cook was, you know,
it didn't seem like running back by committee week 1.
It didn't.
Not for me. I had 14 carries for one guy, and then the next running back had 1.
See, but normally, like last year, y'all was rolling with the running backs. Y'all was rolling.
Not really.
You know,
we only used Gainwell last year on 3rd down, really. You know what I'm saying? It was really Miles. It was really Miles running the ball.
I just feel like that Cook is gone, that like home run threat ability. Like, I don't think Madison actually puts any fear in anybody as of right now. Like, I'm not trying to say like down him so much, but as of right now,
he got open a few times. Now I watched that game.
Yeah, a few times, but you don't go back to it. You know, like he needs some carries. Running backs is,
but that also, you know, when you got Justin Jefferson, it's hard to go to anybody else at the moment.
It is.
It's just so easy to lock in and just, you know, pass him the ball because he's gonna get open. And then he one of those guys, man. He one of the ones, man. So it's hard to, like, for us. That's my main issue. Like, I be looking at the stat line, I be like kind of upset because this guy and that guy didn't get in, and then I remember we got that many this and that guy. So it's hard to get everybody involved and get the ball because it's only one ball. It's only 4 quarters. Like you only can do so much. And then when you get a lead or when you're in certain situations, running backs can't run the ball when it's a close game most of the time.
They want
if you trail it, you definitely did.
Yeah.
So, you know, I just want to look. I just want to see, like, you know, I just want to see what dynamic y'all bring on the defensive end and try to see where we stand offensively.
Yeah, I'm telling you, we're gonna bring 3 safeties. You know, that big nickel package, And it's going to be basically maybe like 1 or 2 linebackers on the field at all times. But the linebackers, I mean, you already we got Hicks. I think he was on your Super Bowl team. So y'all know what it is with him. Asamoah and Ivan Pace, I'm not too high on those 2 guys because they're smaller, but I just want to see what Flores is going to dial up, because y'all have a new D coordinator also this year, right?
Sean Desai.
Yeah. So then, we have Flores this year too. So it's kind of like it's still going to be a chess match. We still really don't know like what's going to be like his bread and butter. We know he's going to blitz and bring pressure, but it's still like a question mark of how he's going to bring the pressure consistently. Because you at this point in this game, with you guys as receivers, like you can't bring Harrison Smith to come down, play in the box and blitz. You need him to be in coverage just a little bit. You have to pick and choose when you're gonna bring Harrison Smith.
Dude, man. When are y'all gonna let this man retire, man?
Hey, he can still get it
35?
done. Yeah, he can still get it done, man. I mean, as long as he can get, safeties can actually, do it a little bit longer than the corners. Sometimes when the corners lose a step, that's it. But
didn't he retire at one point?
Nah, he was just there the whole time. Like the past couple of years.
I thought he like left and came back.
Nah, he ain't. Did
he get hurt? Nowhere. He got hurt then?
He ain't been hurt. he been
like
right
no,
there.
not recently, like maybe 3-4 years ago.
He had COVID and then he had a concussion and then he got suspended. All in the span of like 3 years.
Suspended.
Yeah, he got suspended. So
that's what it was. I knew it was a little period of time, and then
a little hiccup, but that's it.
Yeah, I mean, I like Harrison Smith though, but he old.
He old. He is old, but
he up there.
He's still getting the job done though. But I
can't talk about age. I mean, my corner's old. Football league.
In football years, yeah.
Yeah.
So, as long as he get the job done, I'm happy with it. But, we're going to see. It's just to me, it's a lot of question marks. Like, I'm going back to it. Like, I really want to see what kind of plays KOC is actually going to run to get our weapons open. Like you drafted Addison in the first round. I mean, he's looking to be like that true number 2. So, if JJ is double covered or however you guys going to cover him, like, is Addison going to be able to get that one-on-one and actually do his thing? Is this going to be a breakout game for him? And then, TJ Hawkinson, he's a great pass catching tight end. I'm not saying he's all world like Kelsey, but he legit. So it's kind of like, are you going to be able to get him rolling and get him involved? And the hard thing with that is too, like he didn't even practice or play in preseason either, because he had his quote unquote hold in situation until he got his contract. So
it's been a lot of that lately, man. I think the players trying to take over the league again. They're trying to kind of run the league. I respect it. Everybody got to get their money.
I do too. They out there getting their head bashed in for a living. They should get paid. Like, it is what it is. Owners gonna make the money regardless of whoever on the roster. So let these players get their money. I'm never gonna.
The problem with me is you willing to take the chance and then have to run back groveling like that. That's San Fran. I mean, not San Fran. The Kansas City situation.
Yeah,
Detroit shouldn't have to come whoop you for you to go get this man a deal.
Exactly.
It shouldn't be like that. You know what I'm saying? If we gonna make a deal, you want me on this team. You want to show me some loyalty. Don't hand me,
Yeah.
Just keep it real, I know we talking about Vikings, Eagles, but it's a little deeper than just football all the time. It's some things out there. These dudes not getting paid for getting their head bashed in, man. This is one of those sports when you done, it's a possibility you can't sit down sometimes on your own.
Yeah, exactly. I remember seeing Jerome Bettis after he retired. He had a special where he couldn't even get down the stairs, when he was retired. Like, that's crazy. But do you think, on another note, like, do you think like some of the situations that happen, with these contract situations, do you think the agents are the ones like messing the whole situation up, making it murky, because the agents is actually wanting to like, oh, I got this guy this amount of money. You get what I'm saying? Like, for example,
it's more this too. Like, I get what you're saying, right? So
yeah.
It's more to me that they're in it for more of a, like you said, yeah, I'm gonna agree with you. They're in it for reputation.
Yeah.
Like, if you go sign with, this guy, that guy, you go Johnny Roberts, he getting all his players the max money.
Drew Rosenhaus back in the day.
Drew Rosenhaus,
Yeah.
the Clutch Sports,
Clutch Sports, yeah.
the Coots brothers. You know, like you go sign with these guys in the back of your mind. I'm finna get the top dollar. I'm finna get this. So yeah, you know, and holding out and then being able to negotiate, put another notch on your resume.
Right.
He was able to kind of sway their hands. So when the next guy come to you and you asking, hey, well, you know, which guy should I look into? Well, I had such and such, and you know,
I got this guy the highest paid contract, tight end wise, like with the whole TJ thing. Like people on my end, my Viking fans, my little, you know, crew Vikings, they were just basically like, oh my God, TJ Hawkinson ain't worth that. And I'm trying to explain to him, like, if he get the highest paid tight end right now, it don't mean nothing because the next tight end that's gonna get paid, he gonna reset the market. You know, it's
the
gonna always happen.
The problem with it, Hawkinson might be the last one to get paid right now.
Kelsey, well, yeah, Kelsey's a little bit older.
He already under his contract though.
He already in his contract, but at that time,
Goddard
Kelsey was the highest paid.
Kittle paid.
So
ain't nobody finna jump Hawkinson for a minute, but he deserved it though.
He deserved it though.
He didn't just put his work for y'all. He put in work at Detroit too. He was a safety blanket for years for them boys, man.
For years. So it's kind of like, man, just pay the boy his money, you know. Just give it to him and give him a nice little deal or whatever. But I do think, like, what I do like about Kirk Cousins, and it just might be like a crazy take or whatever. My man get the guaranteed money. He get the bag anywhere it go.
Oh, he did it like 3 or 4 times.
3 or 4 times.
Crazy. He was the first one out here really getting that guaranteed bread.
And I think like more players should have that mentality with their like contract negotiations. Like, I'm not finna sign a 7-year deal with stupid money just to say I'm the highest paid, but then I get cut within year 3 and I'm only basically seeing that guaranteed money. Kirk Cousins camp is like, I'm gonna sign for 3 years, $72 million, 100% guaranteed, straight up.
So if I get hurt, I get cut. I don't get the yards you want. Ain't no incentive base, none of that.
Yeah, it is what it is. And you can't really, like, now in year 3, you have to negotiate a whole new contract. And it's not like, oh, you got to restructure because, like, look at KC, for example. They don't restructure Pat Mahomes and move money around so much. You can't do that with Kirk because it's fully guaranteed.
Yeah, his contract was so long. You got to restructure 1,000 times.
It's so long.
Another note, you know, you're a Vikings fan, so you played against Aaron Rodgers for years, man. You know, I want to just send out some love to the Jets, man, because it's going to be hard again for y'all.
Hey, I'm a California boy too, so you know, Aaron Rodgers is a California boy too, but that hurt, man. Like, I was really
didn't want to see that. I
was really like, I don't want to see these legends go out like that. Like,
I think he'll come back though. I think he's gonna have the way Aaron Rodgers is built. Just mental makeup. He has to rebound from that Achilles.
Yeah, but he's so much older though.
He gonna bounce back. He gonna go out. He gonna bounce back. He gonna get his 1 year in. I think he gonna come back for 1 year only though.
I mean, he might pull the Brett Favre and be a Viking next year.
And they say Kirk Cousins going to San Fran, so maybe.
Who knows, man? That's just my running joke right there because, you know, Brett Favre did the same thing.
I know. I was so mad. I was like, why would you left the NFC and went and then you came back?
And you came back. Yeah, but I don't want to see legends go out like that, man. Like, for real, man. I had high hopes for him. I mean, just think about how it hurts, like, you know, their whole offense. But if you do think about it, though, like the best thing like the Jets did was not basically trading, you know, Wilson. I mean, I'm not saying Zach is going to do what Aaron Rodgers did, but at least you got somebody that's young that Aaron Rodgers can be in his ear to kind of like, you know,
and he kind of look up to Aaron too.
And he look up to Aaron too. So it's kind of like, all right, that was kind of like their best move by not making the move.
Right. I mean, I'm gonna be watching. I'm gonna be watching too. Watching to see. You know what I'm saying? Because it depends on how they look. Depends on probably Aaron's decision too. So you gotta look at that.
Exactly.
Look at all the asterisks. But you know, we was talking about the money too. Like we paid Jalen at the beginning of the offseason. Like,
right.
It was a big deal that we gave him 5 years, $255 million. Now he's like 4th highest paid.
It changes. That's what I'm saying. Like
Lamar ahead of him, Joe Burrow, No, that's
Herbert,
it.
Justin
Herbert
Herbert
got paid. Yeah, and Herbert.
Yeah, Herbert got paid
He's
too.
like 4th on the list now.
Right.
And it's, so it's good. That's why I love Howie Roseman, man. He one of those guys like this year. I think at the end of the year, we're gonna go ahead and sign Devontae. Like,
okay.
I think personally, because if you wait another year, price don't do nothing but go up.
Yeah, price don't go up because the cap goes up.
Yeah, pretty much. So I think that's going to be one of the issues. But I think he's going to be the one really give you some work this week, man.
Think so?
That's my guy. I was finna ask you this question, but I'm gonna go first. Who's the guy you want to? Who's the guy you think performs the best to get you the dub? I think it's gonna be Devontae Smith for me.
I think for y'all, it's probably going to me, it's AJ because he's bigger, he's more physical.
Y'all gonna double AJ?
Yeah, but I still think he can get his, he can still get his work done because I feel like our corners are so much younger and they may not know how to, do they think about, like Brian Murphy been in the league for a couple of years, but he has never been touted as a shutdown corner. Like I feel like you can't put him on an island with anyone.
I think you sleep on Vontae, man. He probably the best route runner in the league right now.
Nah,
go look back at the tape.
That goes to JJ.
No, Justin Jefferson don't run but 3 routes, man. I watched all 22. JJ. I watched it all 22, man. I watched it. He run 3 routes, man. Post, corner, and he run a fly. The only time he don't run one of those 3 routes is when Kirk Cousins is having trouble. And then he start running those little drag routes. Outside of that, he run 3 routes. Don't try me like that.
So what's your stat line for Devontae? What he gonna get?
I got it for like 7 catches, 115 yards, 2 touchdowns.
2 touchdowns. Okay.
2 tutties.
That's fair.
2 tutties.
That's fair.
I think it's a few other people gonna get involved, but he gonna be the main. Because listen, if you go back and watch our game, just a little bit of our game, he was getting open so much last week. We just letting pressure off the edge. So my quarterback running away from the play, he's not able to see the play back this way. And Jalen Hurts, like I said, his development. Now the old Jalen Hurts from 2021, he would try to make that pass back across the field. Jalen Hurts 2023 is out of bounds.
So quick question about Jalen Hurts. Do y'all feel like y'all made the right move by being patient?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I was kind of already sold, but my initial reaction, like people be like, what was your initial reaction from the draft? I thought we drafted a Taysom Hill, our version of Taysom Hill.
Right.
A little bit stronger, a little bit better arm, a little bit more athletic. Maybe not going to play the tight end role, but he can come in and give us some of that 2007 Tim Tebow. You know what I'm saying? When he come in. But people don't like Tim Tebow, but 2007 with Chris Leak, he was nasty coming in, running the rock. You know what I'm saying? 3rd and 1, he come in, bootleg, he out of there. So I thought we drafted that, but then when I seen his abilities at the end of that season, those 4 games, I was like, okay, we got to give him a season.
Right.
Then when we gave him the season, we went 2-5, then we went 9-8. Okay. I seen some progression from the first half of the season to the second half of the season. Can I see another leap? Right. But my whole thing was I didn't want to keep Jalen Hurts if we was going to keep like a Jalen Reagor, a JJ Arcega-Whiteside, Greg Ward, these guys getting a lot of playing time because it's hard to develop when the people you have to distribute the ball to aren't developed.
Yeah. So you would say like the complimentary move that you guys made was being patient with Jalen and trading with Tennessee for AJ Brown for a ready receiver that can kind of help him out.
I'll say a move before that. Like
what's that?
AJ Brown. It was Devontae Smith.
Devontae. Okay. Okay.
I don't even care if you go get AJ Brown without Devontae. I still think he make a leap, but I don't think we look as good as we looked last year. Having Devontae there is a big helping hand because when you double up AJ, now we can feed over here. We can feed in the middle of the field. We can because Devontae, the difference between him in the last 2 years, he's starting to run those bigger routes. He's starting to run across the middle. He's starting to not really care about people hitting him.
Yeah, especially for him, with his frame and everything. That's good to have.
He a country boy though, man. When you small like that, you really big, man.
Yeah.
You really big, man. I seen some dudes I played football with. They was 5'9", $120. But boy, if they hit you, they might leave your shoes stuck in the turf. Boy, I swear to you. But yeah, I really think, you know, if Kenny G don't play, which I'm nervous about, right? If he don't play, because it's running back by committee. So
Right.
I don't know. I'm not scared because Kenny G is a big aspect of my offense. I'm scared because I don't know how much Brian Johnson and Nick Sirianni trust the other running backs behind him from what I've seen in week 1. So now do you have to bring Rashad Penny and make him active this week with a Swift, or is it going to be Swift and Boston Scott? And then how much of the workload now do you put back on Jalen in the running game because you don't trust a DeAndre Swift, you don't trust a Boston Scott, you don't trust a Penny to really carry the load as the running game goes along and progresses, you know, because last year, like I told you, Miles Sanders was the only running back we really trusted between the tackles,
Right.
first, second down. You know what I'm saying? You didn't really see them other guys come in on those downs, and then we didn't trust him in the passing game. So if he was in a passing down, he was a blocking back. So that's what I'm scared about. Do you trust to give DeAndre Swift 15 carries? Do you trust to give Penny 15 carries? Who's the guy you trust enough to put in the backfield and play the game that you have planned out?
Right. I feel you. Yeah, I just feel like, you know, with our backs, like it's a big question mark for us. Like I know I'm keep saying it's a question mark because it's like, you know, y'all head coach is already know what he wants to do. Y'all can already sit there and say like, well, he does this when this happens. It's like that. Like Viking fans, like we think we know, but we don't know. You get what I'm saying? And it's kind of like, if you look at last season, basically the scripted plays, first quarter, we go down the field, whatever. And then the second quarter, third quarter, like the offense like completely disappears. And then we down a touchdown or two, and then they come back. That's why they, you know, had all those fourth quarter comebacks last year. So it's kind of like, I feel like you can't really say like what our bread and butter is because we haven't really seen it yet. We only see it from a point of like, we having to go down the field because we got to come back, or we got to run this type of play because, you know, we down a couple of touchdowns and stuff like that. So it's kind of like, that's why it goes back to, I'm saying like, I really want to see what KOC is going to do. And I do feel like too, this might be an unpopular opinion for my Viking fans. 0-2 might be a better thing for us because that makes us actually go back to the drawing board to kind of figure out what we need to do. Because if you think about it, if we squeak a win out in Tampa Bay, you don't really change anything. You get what I'm saying? It's like, oh, we still winning games, but now you got the possibility of going 0-2, and if we lose Thursday night, like questions got to be answered, you know. So like I want to see like the adversity of, you know, the coaching staff or how, you know, they're gonna get out this hole if that happens.
Yeah, I always been like that guy. Like it takes 4 weeks for me to really feel like I'm okay with what the identity of the team is.
Yeah,
because it's a little grind sometimes. You know, it's not always figured. It's always figured out by week, but usually by week 4, you know what you're looking at.
right.
So that's what I'm kind of like on edge, not on edge. I kind of see it this way, but I don't, because it's like it's easy for a guy to kind of jump in and be like, okay, well, I look, you know, this is what we look like week 1, this is what we look like week 2. But last year for me was more like it was always 50-50. Like I never knew what we was gonna do. I had to identify the team, like, okay, this team bad against the run, we're gonna run. You know, this team got bad against the pass, we're gonna pass. But like with Brian Johnson, I'm back to that drawing board, like you said, trying to figure it out. So I don't know if 1-1 is a bad thing, but I also know what, you know, the expectation of us going in this game is the home opener. And Dion said it best. I don't know where you from, but I ain't letting no grown man come in my house and whoop me.
Yeah.
So if I can help it, I don't want to take the L, but I
Right.
can see the positives in the L. You kind of see who you are when you lose.
Exactly. And I really want to see that because it's like we got a lot of stuff going on in the background. Like I said before, Jefferson ain't signed a contract yet. And you know, like our media situation is like, oh my God, Justin Jefferson's upset and blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't want to hear that shit. You know, like it's Jefferson been on winning teams his whole career, his whole life. So it's like, dude mad because he ain't winning. And you know, receivers always feel like they're open. So you know, when Kirk Cousins out there throwing picks and fumbling, he probably feels some type of way. Like I'm open. Like when I'm not open, I'm open, basically. So it's kind of like there's those storylines, you know, in Viking media or whatever.
I just don't want to see y'all turn into that Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs relationship.
Hey, but if you really think about it though, like we done traded a lot of receivers in their prime. Randy Moss, Percy Harvin, Stephon Diggs.
Percy Harvin had a real bad problem though, man.
He did. He did.
That man had headaches, and he was Terrell Davis, man. He couldn't even see on the field half the time. Couldn't stay healthy.
He saw enough in Seattle to get that kickoff and win the Super Bowl. Yeah. and that's crazy too, because both our guys won a Super Bowl that year. Sidney Rice leaves the Vikings and goes over there too in free agency, and they both win the Super Bowl. Yeah. And Tavares Jackson, which is our backup quarterback.
What happened? Didn't he pass away?
Yeah, he passed away. He had a car accident. But that's crazy. Like 3 guys from our team just go to Seattle win a Super Bowl, and you know, and we can't get out the NFC. You know, let's not even talk about it. I'm not even going.
I didn't even think about that. Y'all really did that. Y'all got rid of Randy Moss, Percy Harvin,
and Stephon Diggs. So, like me as a Viking fan, like I'm a real one, so I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not saying I want it to happen, but
that'd be crazy. but then we'll answer some of y'all questions probably too. Why Addison was the first round pick?
Hey, I got a video on my channel where I break the whole thing down of that. The Vikings organization should be thinking about it because we got cap issues, and our biggest asset is Justin Jefferson. And I'm not saying like I want Justin Jefferson traded or whatever. Like I would love to see him in a Viking uniform his whole career, but you got to think like down the road. Like look at what you guys have in Jalen Hurts or whatever. You guys drafted Devontae and you traded for AJ. Like there's receivers out there. You get what I'm saying? And what you guys have in the quarterbacks move this league. Everybody knows that. If you don't have a franchise quarterback, you might make the playoffs, but you're gonna go to Kirk Cousins route where you know you out in the first round, you out in the wild card. So I just feel like if you move Jefferson for a couple of picks and maybe you can trade up to get a Caleb Williams or a Bo Nix or Sador Sanders or whoever's out there. And I'm not saying those dudes are going to come in to Minnesota and actually train.
It's gonna be Wolves, man.
Yeah,
it's gonna be Wolves.
You think so?
For a rookie, it's always Wolves.
Exactly.
You always get a down year. They gotta figure it out.
They gotta figure it out.
It's like going from your job being a manager, but then you move to a new department and now you back being a worker again. You got to figure out the speed. You got to figure out what's going on around you. Once you get those things rolling, then it's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yeah.
So, like, I got my Viking fans out there that's like, oh, you know, Christian Ponder, but yeah, we was able to move off Christian Ponder and draft Teddy Bridgewater.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Christian Ponder came for my college.
Florida State. But I'm saying though, I'm not saying he was supposed to be the man, but you took a shot and then it didn't work out and you took another shot. So like
Teddy without that injury, man, probably still y'all quarterback right now.
Man, don't even talk about that. Hurts, man. Cause that like messed up the whole situation.
It set you back 5 years.
It did. And it got the GM, fired, it got the coach fired. Like, because if you think about it, like we was rolling, the defense was ready to go. It just Teddy was the one for that situation. Then after that, Zimmer never wanted Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, he did.
He never wanted it. So,
but it might be the best for you to let Zimmer go, man.
Yeah, and
he was stuck in his ways, man. He one of those guys where he wasn't gonna change it up. He wasn't gonna get what is it called?
He wasn't going to adapt to the times.
He wasn't going to adapt. He didn't adapt. He was already still behind when he got fired.
Yeah, I just think the thing with Zimmer basically was like he had a press conference. This must
be your guy here.
Yeah, that's my guy right there. he talk a little crazy.
Hey Zoe, look. I respect you a lot for being here, brother. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it. But the dub is gonna be ours, man. I'm pretty excited about Thursday because after we hedge out for 48 yards, I'm pretty sure we possibly can get Justin Jefferson again, man. Y'all gonna have to make Jordan Addison and TJ Hawkinson, man, gonna have to have some amazing games with your running back room.
Yeah, with the running back, we gotta figure it out.
But if I think that's gonna be the problem. Like if I take the running game away, then that's what's gonna I'm gonna really find out what the Vikings made of.
And I don't like being a one-dimensional team. I don't, because I mean, all you guys can just do just come at Kirk Cousins. Because I mean, I know who my quarterback is. I know he can't scramble. I know he ain't gonna, go out there and make plays with his feet. So it's kind of like it puts the offense at a bad situation if you become one-dimensional. And I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that at all.
I mean, it gets like that too, and especially if like I was telling we had a dude on our show Monday, and I was just like, look, if y'all get down big, that's when a lot of the Kirk Cousins woes come out. Yes. He turns into Dak Prescott. even though they're already the same person.
They're already the same.
He turns into the bad side of that. And he started forcing. He started looking like Carson Wentz with his red face, and he started throwing those interceptions.
Right. Kirk started checking it down to the fullback, checking it down to the tight end.
I told him, look. I told what's the dude's name? Dang it, Tony. I think his name Tony. Purple Podcast.
Which one? Oh man, that's crazy because that's my old podcast. I was on them. Yeah. Hey, shout out to those dudes. They're the ones that got me started. We had some shit go down, and then I started doing my own. You talking about Steaky? Yeah. Yeah.
So he was on, and I told him like this. I said he was like, "Oh, Kirk Cousins ain't really." I said, "No. The thing about Kirk Cousins is when he's in those big pressure games, he turns into Alex Smith. He started doing things instead of putting the ball up the field like he been doing all season to Justin Jefferson. He started taking 3-yard routes to TJ Hawkinson when he got 3 people in the flat area with nowhere to go. He started dumping off the little hitch little routes, where the running back come out and go like this.
All the way through.
He started checking down everything. And now the offensive coordinator is trying to get Justin Jefferson across the middle of the field. Okay, if you're gonna check down, I need you to check down across the middle. But by the time you're checking down in the middle, it's nowhere for Justin Jefferson to go.
Nah.
And that's what, when I say he don't play good, that's where I'm at with he don't play good. I've seen enough. You forgot he was playing me 2 times a year.
Yeah.
He was a commander, Washington Redskin
football
whatever
team,
the hell
whatever they want to be.
they don't even own that name that they got right now. So we're gonna find out if they're gonna even keep that. But that's his game. Like during the season, he's that Brett Favre, Tony Romo, he's that Phillip Rivers guy. He taking chances. And it seems like
booster.
When he get into those tight games, those situations where it's on him, you don't really see him pull a lot of those games out of his hat.
Nah, and that's the thing where it goes back to me with coaching, though. You know what you have. So if you know that he gonna check down, and don't even give him the option to do that. You get what I'm saying? Like take that completely away from him. Don't even have no routes where he can check down, where he has to.
Hey, if you take them check down routes, he's just gonna roll out of bounds. I'm not taking that.
Yeah, I'm knowing though. It's funny because you ain't lying. But I'm just saying, like, you got to, as an offensive,
like that playoff game last year. Like, I was watching that game, and you can ask my old lady. I'm like, he got to go to Justin Jefferson with this ball.
Coaching.
And I'm talking about during the play. I'm like, he has. I don't care where Justin Jefferson is, how many people on him right now, because in the way you watch it on the TV, you couldn't see Justin anymore. Right. I'm like, and then when I see him when I see his arm go this way,
You already knew Justin ain't over there.
I'm like, Justin went that way. What's over here?
Yeah.
And then I seen TJ and I said, they go Kurt.
But then they go back to you said, though, he was able to take that risk in Buffalo. But when we needed that to get it done, you get what I'm saying? That's why I blame KOC for that. Because it's like, why are you
a Kirk Cousins fan?
Yeah, and he hate Kirk Cousins, man. He just
I'm putting this. Hey, listen, I keep it real. Like I don't have no hate for Kirk. Yeah, Kirk is actually a good quarterback, but fear. You know what I'm saying? You can't when you in those crunch time situations. You can't
be scared. You can't be timid.
You can't let fear creep in. You gotta alleviate the fear, and you gotta execute what you've been doing all year. If you start doing new things in crunch moments, you turn into the Boston Celtics, man.
For real.
All year we've been synced, we've been here, and now you want to be the star, and I want to be not the star.
Right.
I don't even really want to be on the field. If you can get another quarterback to play these playoff games,
yeah,
I'll be cool with that. I like Kurt though, man. I think Kurt
the best thing about Kirk though, man, is he play every game.
Did you watch that series?
Yeah, I loved it, man. It was dope. I like the three guys that they picked, even though Mariota was going after episode 3. I understood his situation, but it was dope. It was dope. I got a lot of respect for Kirk Cousins after seeing that. Everything he prepare and shit like that. It was cool. It was cool.
Y'all better bootleg. You know what I'm saying? And I listen. I can't game plan for your offensive coordinator, but if he leave Kirk Cousins in that pocket, Kirk Cousins gonna be watching this game on his back on jumbotron like this. Did he just score? Damn. Yeah, Kirk gonna have to move out of that pocket, man. I think y'all should go back to that. I don't know if it's due to the new offensive coordinator, but I know a lot with the last 2 years, y'all was putting him on that bootleg action, kind of putting him on the edge and letting him kind of see the field a little better.
Yeah, Kevin O'Connell's a little bit different. The thing about it, people don't understand about Kevin O'Connell is he is a Sean McVay guy, but we know Sean McVay in LA is that dude. Kevin O'Connell didn't run plays, so Sean McVay did. So this is actually his first time with calling plays for a team. So
somebody got to get in his ear, man.
You got to pass out to somebody.
When your middle of the line is like that, you got to find ways to get him away from that pressure that's coming.
Yeah, you got to figure it out.
You got to buy him an extra 2 seconds. I know the bootleg don't buy you a lot of time, but it buy you enough to see the field, slow the game down, and let Kirk kind of execute a little bit, man. When he don't got 6'6" Jordan Davis in his face.
Right. I mean, quick games, some quick routes, something like that. You really got to figure it out to basically build the rhythm. Your boy talking about Stefanski. Yeah, Stefanski was our guy. He was basically like the flunky with Minnesota, the gopher, and he was the offensive coordinator, and then he left. But that was Zimmer's fault too.
That's everybody though, man.
Yeah,
everybody got some guy that was on their coaching staff that's not being successful.
Yeah, but I don't know. Stefanski, did they have a losing season this year? He might be fired.
You think so?
Yeah, man.
Fired? You don't think he? I don't know.
Hey, I mean, Deshaun Watson is dope and all, but if they can't make it to the playoffs or actually make some kind of noise,
that's what I was going to say. It depends on what his stat line look like at the end of the season if Stefanski's on the line. Mm-hmm. Now, if Stefanski, they look good, and they just get put out. They don't make the playoffs, and Deshaun Watson look good. I can see him getting fired. Yeah, but if he look like he look right now, and they don't make the playoffs, I can see them being like, okay, we're gonna give you another year to see if Deshaun Watson comes back to form. But people say, listen, if you go on these, I don't know how locked in you is on Twitter, but if you in these Twitter spaces that I'm in, people are high on Cleveland after that win.
Just one win, man.
I mean, I'm not really high on Joe Burrow, so when it come down to that situation, it's like, okay, I mean, you beat a guy that I thought needed a great defense to kind of win anyway.
Mm-hmm. So what you think about Josh Allen right now?
I'm going to give you 2 words.
I think we probably feel the same way. Because the way
Jameis
you gave me that...
Winston.
Hey, I be arguing with my Viking fans, man. And actually, I was on a Twitter space with a Buffalo fan, at the end of the season, and I was basically breaking it down. Dable was able to get Daniel Jones a new contract. basically. So that offensive guru shit is gone. And now you're seeing Josh Allen have a decline in his production. And he's making these dumb mistakes like 3 picks, fumbling in the ball, just basically like trying to do too much. It's basically saying to me, it's like, was Dable actually the guy like propping him up, or is he just not that good?
I can tell you what it is. Hot routes. Dayball installed a lot of those hot routes. I'm gonna let you call the offense, but I'm gonna have a guy sitting here for you to make the easy check down. If you look last night, a lot of his interception plays was him trying to make a play up the field. Too far up the field. Now we're throwing into double coverage because we're trying to get Stephon Diggs the ball. I got a 5'9" receiver. I'm running one way and I throw across field to the shortest person on the field, and they get picked off. Like it was big plays. He's trying to force it. And that's why I say Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston would have those hot routes, those check downs, those easy passes. He wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Carson Wentz.
Yeah. Carson Wentz.
Do it. He was here. We gave him all those options. Carson Wentz would see Buddy rolling across wide open and be like, and you be looking like, bro, there's 5 people back there.
Yeah.
And then he'd be like, bro, he was right. Whatever.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Jalen Hurts. I need Jalen Hurts to start seeing too. He doing the same. He kind of doing the same things. And I hope with y'all, he can slow the game down and kind of see those check downs, because this is the first year he had hot routes.
Right.
Last year was Steichen. Well, the first 2 years was Steichen. He didn't have hot routes. So we're implementing hot routes this year with Brian Johnson. I just need him to slow it down a little bit, because I know you on the run. If you just, instead of just taking off, slow it down, see the field. It's gonna open up. You just got to give it time.
Somebody said Josh Allen is 2020 Jameis Winston.
Oh, he's 30 for 30, man.
That's a wild stat line still.
Listen, they're going to be mad at me when Josh Allen come out here and have 40 touchdowns and 35 interceptions. They're going to be hot. They're going to be mad at me. Man. All the Buffalo fans going to be looking for 41-33 to pod. I'm going to be right here. And I'm like, I told y'all that boy was Jameis Winston, man.
Damn.
Think about it, bro. Just think about it. Listen, he has 98 turnovers in 5 years.
Jameis.
No, I ain't talking about Jameis. Josh Allen has 98 turnovers in 5 years.
Hey, maybe he's trying to be like Brett Favre and just slinging and whatever happens.
Listen, Brett Favre only got like 144 interceptions.
Yeah. Career.
Josh Allen has 98 already. Well, not 90. He got 98 turnovers. He has 60 interceptions and he has 38 fumbles.
So that's damn near half of what Brett Favre got, period, already.
And he only year 5, year 6?
Yeah. And he already got paid too, so they stuck with him.
You gotta ride that one out, boy.
You gotta ride out.
That one.
The wonder why.
Listen, the thing I told my brother is a Buffalo fan. I told him, look, the thing you better hope is them riding out with him. Don't lose all your talent around him.
Yeah,
because people gonna start being like, man, I don't want to play here, dude. Just throwing the ball away. We ain't getting no dubs. We ain't going to no Super Bowls. Like,
ain't that why Diggs speaking out already? I mean, we know. I mean, as a Minnesota fan, like, I know what Diggs feel.
How long? The only reason Gabe Davis ain't trying to get out nowhere because he don't know what his value is on the market.
He ain't got paid yet.
And Diggs know what his value is.
Exactly.
He know he a top guy. He know any team he go to gonna give top dollar, and he gonna go probably somewhere where they winning.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So Diggs know.
Yeah.
All the Cowboy fans on my end are salivating that he get rid of because they think he going to Dallas.
That ain't happening.
I be like, bro, Jerry Jones not spending that pretty penny.
Nah, that ain't happening. Nah.
Oh, what's going on in the thing?
I don't know. They going back and forth.
Oh man, what happened? I don't even know what happened. I'm over here. We having a good conversation. We chilling.
We stopped looking at it. Yeah.
I stopped looking at it. Next thing I know, I look back and somebody say, "You're not a real Eagle fan."
Oh man.
Listen. There's no beef between the Eagles and the Vikings, man.
Nah, man, we just having a good conversation about
even though it might be some beef with some of the fans because we have done some things that kind of blew their situation up. You know what I'm saying? But y'all came and put purple stuff on Rocky, so y'all got what y'all got.
I think somebody had said earlier they talked about 2017, and that probably set my boy Zoe off a little bit. So that's probably what it was.
Oh man, I'm sorry, Zoe, man. It was personal that year, though.
Hey,
it was personal for everybody.
That was our magical season, but it is what it is, man.
Hey man, listen, too much magic in one season, it'll turn into a magician show. Man.
Yeah, we ran out of magic. That's what's what happened, man. I'm not even like, hey, I done seen too many NFC title games where we lost. So how
many y'all been into? Like three in the last like 20 years, right?
Yeah, 2017 lost to the Eagles. I think the 2009 was the Brett Favre year.
The interception.
Why?
That boy rolled out. I said, "Oh yeah, he gone." He said, and I was like,
"Yeah."
I seen Buddy come down and I was like, "Oh, it's over."
And I think like 2001, Dante Culpepper against the Giants, 41 donut.
Culpepper.
Yeah. Like that one. So I done seen it. So I just feel like if we ever can get past the NFC title game, then we probably could win a Super Bowl, but we got to get past that first.
I mean, y'all gonna be all right though, man. Even if y'all start off 0-2, I think what's the game you said is behind us?
Let me see. I think is I just had it right here and bring it up real quick. Yeah, we got the Chargers next.
Then that'll be a shootout. Can y'all shoot out? I mean, I think y'all can shoot out.
I mean,
they ain't got no DBs.
They don't. They don't
can't stop a nosebleed.
And then we got Carolina, then we got KC, and then we got Chicago, and then we got San Francisco.
So I can see you like 2-3 and somewhere enough. 2-3 wins.
Yeah. I mean, you never know.
Hey, look, we might not know we don't know what KC look like, man. We might have to figure that out.
They gonna be all right. They're gonna be all right.
Listen, I'm just saying they don't have anything outside of Kelsey now.
Exactly.
We've seen that.
They don't. I was telling my cousin earlier, like them Juju leaving hurt them a lot. Because even though Juju is not like the man, he gave them some kind of consistency outside of Kelsey. So now
we just locked Juju up, man.
Yeah, but y'all can do that though.
Yeah.
You think Juju makes those plays that Tony drops? I mean, I'm not saying he get yard after catch.
Yeah.
He gonna catch the ball.
Yeah. But a couple of those, like that's the difference though. A couple of those can Juju even get to the spot that Tony got to in that amount of time?
You're right, because that's hard because Kelsey wasn't playing, so you can just key on Juju and basically.
Yeah, because like Tony a little speedy too, so it's a little bit different for him. But that one where he like threw one, it was like right across it wasn't the pick, but Tony was like behind the safety.
Yeah,
he like it came and he tried to like turn and catch it like this. That was touchdown.
It was.
I mean, I was
the thing about Tony, good, like y'all know, y'all seen him. We know with the Giants. Like if you put the ball in his hands, he can do some damage. But you got to put the ball in his hand.
But bro, what? It's the Percy Harvin effect. Can I screen with you all day? I can't get it to you at the field.
Percy Harvin, Cordell Patterson, those guys. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So, what's your prediction for the game? And how you think you can pull this out?
All right.
Give me your score prediction afterwards.
My score prediction would be something like 34-27 Eagles, straight up. I ain't even gonna lie. That's respectable. I'm asking for diversity right now. My Viking fans might not like it. I'm a hater. So what? I'm being real. But 34-27 Eagles, straight up.
All right, so I got it. 30, 31, 21. Nah, 31. Yeah, 31, 24 Eagles.
Okay. That's fair.
I think it's still gonna be rough on defense, man. But I got 2 score predictions. That's the moderate one. Because I really do got us beating y'all by 10. But how I seen my offensive line look, how I seen my defense really look. I just seen somebody say it right there. Mac Jones had 300 yards. You know what I'm saying? Kirk Cousins is better than Mac Jones. So it could be a possibility. If you don't clean some things up, he could have the same thing. But also, it's 2 different teams. It's 2 different malfunctions.
2 different schemes.
Things wrong with one team that ain't wrong with the other one. So, you know what I'm saying? But hey man, you know, we had the hour mark. AD, how can people find you? What you got coming out, man? You know.
All right, you can check me out on my YouTube channel, Skol State of Mind. It's the same thing on Twitter, X, Instagram. Just check me out. I got videos like every other day. Majority, I got podcast videos coming out on like Thursdays and Tuesdays now because the season just started. I kind of want to give me some time to get a lot of videos out so you can actually hear it, you know, Spotify music and Apple Podcasts. Skol State of Mind.
And I appreciate you for coming out, brother, man. It was fun talking to another fan of this thing, man. Hopefully, problem. You know, we can figure something out. Hey, look, I don't know what you're gonna be doing during the game, but we're gonna talk about something that might, you know what I'm saying, might happen. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to do something new, man. You know, I'm trying to be authentic with this thing. So I got some ideas. So I got something Thursday. I'm gonna holler at you in the DMs and see what we can work out.
No problem, man. No problem.
Hey man, love y'all for coming out, man. Until next time, man. I'm out.
Yeah.